Hello, good morning. Ravi Rose here. And I am just wanting to share. I just got home from my weekly Portland Pearl Rotary Club. And today we celebrated and honored International Women's Day. And so I drove my daughters, they came with me. And yeah, and so I just wanted to reflect and share on the drive home with them. We had a panel of women who were sharing. They were between the ages of 80s to mid 20s, and they were sharing about different questions that they had around inequality and things. And what came to mind to me as I was leaving the event was how much just how much I've shifted in terms of the fact that 10 years ago when I joined Rotary, I would have never worn a sexy dress and a purple leather jacket to Rotary, and how when I started my career in general, well, one, I um, kind of became a Rotarian, at least in spirit, when I was an exchange student in Denmark. And while I was there, I was the only woman in the club, visiting, obviously as an exchange student. But it was definitely intriguing to be the only woman in a room of a men's club. And when I, at the end of my year, when I gave my speech, the Rotary president, and several Rotarians as well, but they basically said that I would be welcomed back as the first female Rotarian. And when I went back again to visit 12 years ago, that was when I decided that I wanted to join Rotary. And I was grateful that I found a club that was welcome to women. Oh, and when I went back to Denmark, there were a few women in the club, but I definitely did notice that they were all very much dressed in men's business attire, jackets, button shirts, etc. And it just reminded me of how when I started my career, I very much wanted to look like a professional. And at that time, really, I was in the environmental field, but I was working for a nonprofit that was based out of Washington, D.C. And so I went a couple of times to go lobby on Capitol Hill. And when I did that, like, I absolutely had to wear a full, business blazer kind of jacket, always wore buttoned up shirts that were slightly oversized so that my breasts wouldn't, open up the buttons or anything like that. And remember wearing nylons even though it was way too hot. And yeah, and then over time, I continued to wear very much business attire. And I remember feeling so happy when I left the city of Portland 10 years ago, and thinking to myself that I will never wear a button-down shirt again. And so I don't own a button-down shirt anymore, and I'm pretty sure that I haven't worn any in at least a decade now. And to me, that feels like me. And so I'm sure that there are women who feel perfectly comfortable in a button-down shirt, but that is not me. And the remaining blazers that I have are ones that feel good to me, and feel attractive to me. And so yeah, I think maybe that's a very superficial kind of approach to looking at International Women's Day, but I do believe that how we dress can reflect who we are, and how to me it shows the evolution of how I masked myself for so long, and just did everything that I could to conform to the cultural norms, and how thankfully that is shifting, and I feel more comfortable to be myself. So I'm grateful for that. So happy International Women's Day.